Oh, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd. It's the 3rd of July already. Happy 4th of July to you, of course. Um, this is a sad video that I'm going to bring you right now. It's sad because when you have historical knowledge, and when I say that, I'm not trying to come across as a dickhead. I'm talking about if you've studied anything about history, just basic thumbnail stuff, or a little bit more, like dabble into like World War II to find out what was going on, you begin to realize what was happening and why the wars were being fought. Now, I want to show you something, and it was very sad, to be honest with you. It was very sad to see. I couldn't believe my eyes, as a matter of fact. I could not even believe my eyes. Now, I'm going to show you this right here, and we're going to talk about this, okay? It is too late now. It's too late. And I don't know whether to be mad at all of you or whether I should feel sorry for all of you, including myself, or anything else. But we are now officially doomed. We are now going to voluntarily beg and demand our own captivity. That's what's going to be. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to show you a story right now which is disturbing. And I know probably some of you won't think it's disturbing because you won't really understand the takeaway. But I will explain that to you, and you can agree or disagree. And this is going to have to be put very delicately, okay? Now, I want to show you what this is right here. This is a story coming off, I think it's Daily Mail News, okay? It's probably true. I can't assure you that it's true, but it looks to me like it's legit. I'm going to read you the blurb on this, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. If I have time, I'll take you on a short news run, and then I have to get busy with torturous work, which I don't like. G.O.P, for those of you that are not in the know, that means Republican, okay? G.O.P lawmaker apologizes after sparking fury by wearing a Star of David to protest COVID-19 restrictions. You'll see what he's doing there. See how he's wearing a Star of David? A lot of you aren't going to be able to understand this because, sorry folks, that light on the camera triggered my camera and it sends off the sensor. A lot of you don't know about this, okay? Now, if you saw Matrix, okay, you're not going to understand what's going on, okay? Or anything with, who is that actor there? I forgot now. Not Tom Cruise, but the other guy that looks like him, kind of. And I can't even remember. He's supposed to be a comedy actor. Anyways, I won't get into it. I'll think of it. Folks, in World War II, they had more than this, but they had Polish ghettos. Essentially, what the Germans did was, why would you want to transport by rail these people, which is a task in itself, and relocate them into death camps, which they're just going to, the healthy would be immediately, separated, and they would be worked to death or whatever. And the ones that weren't fit, or they didn't consider fit, we would have a very short lifespan, okay? And there were all sorts of problems that were associated this, from disease to fraternizing with the prisoners by the Germans, etc., etc. They had specially trained guards that were specialized in this. The TOTP, I believe, is what the short was for it. It's hard to pronounce as an American, but they were specially trained on how to deal with this. And in World War II, if you were in a Polish ghetto, excuse me, folks, there had to be a way for you to be able to not fool the guards or your betters. And the way that they did that was, if you were Jewish, they would put a symbol of a Star of David on your clothing, usually your vest pocket here, or shirt. And that's how they knew what you were. And if you got caught without wearing that, then that was a problem. Now, this is what this is all about, okay? That story that I showed you before off the Daily Mail, this guy, okay? Now it's going to screw up my camera, so I can't show you because it'll make it dark. Now, this Republican lawmaker came out and he put a Star of David on his body to show or to illustrate the idea that we are being held against our will, similar to something that happened in World War II. Now, any of you that know my last channel know that it was removed, okay? I had made mention of this, okay? And it's tough because most of you are not qualified to comment or understand this because Matrix, you understand, or Incredible Hulk. That's what you were watching. You understand? I'm not saying all of you, but a lot of you were watching that. And Wolverine! You understand? And folks, you're screwing yourself because Wolverine isn't going to teach you anything. You understand? It looks kind of cool when he goes like this. You understand? But ain't going to teach you much. You understand? Therefore, you'll be a mindless idiot, like most of you out there. So I'm going to show you a movie just quickly. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to show you where that came from so that you understand, because when you come here, you get taught. And a lot of you aren't going to like that. You're not going to like it. You want to feel superior, which is normal, but you can't because you don't know what you're talking about, because you're mindless idiots, most of you. So how do you fix that? You learn history. See, my dad tried to teach me, but my dad was an old man, and I didn't listen. And I wasn't really interested. But as I started to learn and see how it gained you benefits, I started paying attention to that. So let's go ahead. I'll put this on pause, and I will show you Jacob the Liar. Okay? Hang on. Well, folks, I don't know where I left off and where I began because I fudged this. So kind of bear with me, okay? I'm going to show you only the trailer to this movie, and then you watch it if you wish. It will give you a little bit of understanding of what's going on with that G.O.P. congressman. And I don't know what I already said, so forgive me if I already did. Time is growing short here for me. I have to get out and work. This is trying to show you what happened in the mid-30s and in the late 30s and in the 40s, early, all the way up actually in 1945. This went on, the Germans didn't like gypsies. They didn't like Romanians, or they actually got along a little bit with them. They liked their oil fields down there. But the gypsies, they didn't like them. And they certainly did not like the Jewish people. And they really didn't like the homosexual men. And if you ever wanted to get incarcerated into a concentration camp or other structured living, shall we say, that's all that had to be found out, and you were quickly dealt with, by the way. Okay, so I just tell you that. Now, this is Jacob the Liar, and it deals with the Jews, essentially, that were more kind of luckier than the Jews that were in the concentration camps. Sorry, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show this to you. This is the trailer for it.
First you get up, the radio goes right off. Hey, now I turn it on. It takes just a few moments for the tubes to heat up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the BBC in London.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people. He made it up.
Yesterday, Churchill addressed the Polish people.
Polish?
You want the latest news or don't you?
Shh. Overnight, a few simple words
The Russians are at Bizanica.
gave them a reason to hope.
They're sending tanks. Tanks? Under massive air cover. Did he tell you about the front line?
If you look closely, you can see the star of David on there.
Jacob may not be the Messiah, but he could be a prophet. Became a leader.
See the star?
I beg you, destroy that radio before the Germans find out about it. I don't have a radio. Since Mr. Hayem has shared information with us, there has not been a single suicide in the entire ghetto. You gotta hang on in there. The Russians are 400 kilometers away. I think he tells these stories just to get attention. At least he's tried to give these people some hope. When I started to make up those things, I almost believed them. You'll never see the Russians, huh? What are those then? It's a wonderful medicine you have. I admire what you're doing. I really do. Mr. Churchill, I would like you to bring us up to date on the events around Bizanica.
Okay, that's all I will show you here right now. And that's dealing with the Polish ghettos, because there was a problem with for the Germans, and that is it required train tracks which were being blown up, et cetera, trains which were being attacked. It took manpower and equipment to be able to transport people to concentration camps. And sometimes it was easier to just create ghettos, they were called Polish ghettos. So like I told you, mostly they were Jews in there. And the Star of David represented that you were Jewish and made it so that your betters, who were not captives, but the overseers, could differentiate you between your betters. And what he's trying to say here is that they're trying to mark us because anyone that doesn't go along with the idea of the thing that you need to fly on a plane or to get into a crowded stadium, there's a thing you're going to need now. You understand? Or to get into a concert, like a Bruce Springsteen concert, you're going to need this to get in there, and you're going to have proof. Now, there is a problem, or there could be, because let's say they start hacking the digital passports or the digital things that you're going to have in order to be able to show your papers. Because you're going to have to show your papers to get into a place. You're going to have to show that you have your papers, right? I mean, it's super important. So what they'll have to do is create digital passports. But if they are hacked, or if we have a major failure of the internet or anything else like that, how are you going to make sure that you know who's got it and went for the two-step process and who didn't? Well, there'd be an easy way, and you could learn about it if you knew about Jacob the liar. You could either, if you were kind of friendly, you could either give people patches to wear and really be very tough on them if they don't wear it because you haven't had something. You understand? That's possible. Or you could put a tattoo right here, maybe just over one eye, maybe a number, or something else that's showing that you didn't have the two-step process that everybody needs to do, or you're a bad person and you want to do all sorts of chaos. Okay, folks? The G.O.P. Republican senator there, or whoever he was, congressman, essentially turned tail and ran. You know why? Because he's making a good living. He has his future secured. He cares not about his people. He cares only about his position. The days of having braveness and conscience for your fellow man are over. And this illustrates it in that what I showed you, because he went from criticizing the Polish ghettos to saying we're all Jewish or whatever it is that he has. We're all. You understand? So we're doomed. Because once you start getting smart like me, you're going to start using your brain for something other than Wolverine, okay? Or whatever mission that you have on your video game right now, whatever mission that takes you on. And you're going to be able to correlate. And you're going to say, gee, does Mr. So-and-so support that? Yes, he does. You know what's weird? They all do. You won't find one that doesn't. How do you like that? Okay, speaking of Stars of David, you won't find one that doesn't agree with what's going on. You won't find one. Do you understand, folks? It's up to you. You can think whatever you want. I'm only here to put it out to you. They learned from captivity in World War II how to control people, and in many cases have them demand their own captivity. That's where we are going. Okay? And don't worry if they can't give you a patch for saying that you haven't been something one and two'd. Maybe they can give us a little tattoo right here. I mean, it's not really obtrusive. You wouldn't have to do both sides. Or maybe on the cheek. So, just something that's easily identifiable. So, the police wouldn't have to do too much searching on you to identify you as a chaos maker. You understand, folks? You're mindless idiots. You have no idea how close we are to turning history on its head from the mid-30s onward of the last century. You have no idea. But you folks better start figuring it out, because we just had another chief that just got cucked. You understand? He's just got cucked. In fact, he's probably offered his wife for something similar. Okay? We are done. I've had enough of this. And that's all I can do for you folks this morning, is to show you what is going on. God bless you folks. Take care. Hit the subscribe button or don't. Bye.